Alright guys, let's take a quick look at Beam here on the channel for the first time. Now, I want to make, this very clear that I just have a very small amount of Beam, guys. I don't have a large amount. My wife also holds a small amount of Beam as well, but this isn't something that we put a lot of money into. Now, let's take a look at the technicals here and see what we can find out about, this move here that we're seeing down here today. Now, this trend line has pretty much been holding Beam down since about mid-December, guys. So you can see it tried to break out here in January, tried to break out in the middle of January too. So we have two attempts in January, and basically we just broke through this yesterday. And if I zoom in, you'll see this, a little bit more clear. But yeah, basically yesterday this broke out, and today we're getting a big pump. Now we are sitting about 20% up today, or I should say in the last 24 hours. And yeah, I want to take a look at the RSI, and let's see where this, can head. Now, if we look at this on the daily time frame, it is overheated here on the Stochh. It is pointed very heavily to the upside though with the RSI. Now on a weekly time frame, very oversold, guys. So that is actually good to see on the Stochh here, and it is pointed, to the upside. So that's a good thing to see here on the RSI. Now on the monthly time frame, I don't know if it's going to be okay. It's not really printing anything yet. Definitely, there's nothing on Stochh, but there's just a couple of months printed here on the RSI, so we're not going to get much from that. Now let's go to the lower time frames. A little bit overheated here on both the RSI and Stochh. Let's take a look at the 1 hour. Now it is pointed pretty heavily to the downside on the Stochh RSI, and it's just kind of flirting with the bought region here on the RSI. Now let's take a look at the 15-minute time frame. Okay, this is basically oversold, and it's pointed to the upside as well as the RSI. So I think in the very, very short term, guys, you're probably going to see this pump up just a little bit more. But when it came to the hour and 4 hour, it didn't look so great. So I don't think we're really going to get up here to this 0095 mark today, at least. Now I think we'll slow down maybe for a day or so, and probably continue the pump then, guys. So these longer time frames like the daily and the weekly look a little bit better, I would say. But yeah, these shorter time frames, not so much. But yeah, that doesn't mean it's over for Beam. It's just getting started, I think. Now let's take a look at the tokenomics, guys. So basically with Beam total supply, you have about 62.43 billion Beam circulating. Much of this is circulating, so you have almost 50 billion Beam circulating. So yeah, and you don't really have a max supply specified here. Now, all-time high, guys, basically it was about 4.4 cents. It's about a year ago, a little bit more than a year ago actually. And yeah, I mean it can definitely get back there. Now let's take a quick look at Bitcoin here. It is just slowly creeping up, basically. Don't know why I'm making that mark, but yeah, so you can see here we're making higher lows basically along the way here, and we are basically flirting with this 84,200 mark, guys. So yeah, we're just kind of going in and out, trying to break above this and hold it. Until we do that in the daily time frame, and we've been under this for, it looks like a couple of days basically. Until we start, sealing daily candles above this, then yeah, it's not really support. Now, taking a look at the Ethereum, guys, it's hanging on by a thread to this Fibonacci level. Yesterday it did get a bounce here, and today it's, seeing a small green candle, but it's still under $2,000, guys. So, and we are still under this, trend line that basically held it up for a couple of years. About 2.5 years if we look at this, guy. So this extends all the way back to mid-June 2022. It got several bounces along the way, and it lost this a couple of weeks ago. Now it is getting a nice weekly candle here. It would be nice if we could bullishly engulf the last candle, But so far that has not happened. It would take a, let's see, yeah, it's only about a $30 or $40 pump away from making a bullish engulfing candle, but we'll see. It's the weekend, and if there's not much going on, things don't really tend to pump usually. Now, taking a look at the total market cap excluding Bitcoin, guys, I adjusted this trend line a little bit, and it looks like it's still following this trend line for the most part, but we are still flirting with this 1.05 trillion mark. Right now, we are falling under that, and yeah, we need to really hold that, guys. Now, dominance, really hard to speculate here. It looks like it's just creeping down. It looks like this trend line is holding this down for now, but that is no guarantee, guys. Now, taking a look at the CME futures, just want you to know that really it ended on Friday at $84,185. So we are sitting a little bit below that, so that's, that's okay. We're creating a CME gap to the downside. Now, taking a look at the dollar index, it is going up, but basically it's just consolidating between 104.26 and 103.39. So let's see, it may come up here and get rejected. Let's hope it does, because a weaker dollar means Bitcoin gets stronger. Now, liquidation heat map, pretty tame. There's only been about 110 million liquidated in the last 24 hours, so that is actually good to see. Quarterly returns, guys, Bitcoin minus 10%, for the quarter, and we only got about 9 more days, actually less, because we're almost finished with today, guys. Ethereum quarterly returns minus 40%, not good to see. Now March is still just really slightly red. Could easily become green, so there's still plenty of time for this to become a green month. Now, fear and greed, it went up slightly from yesterday. It was a 31 yesterday, now it's 32. Now, the altcoin season index, I refreshed this right before this video, guys, still 31, so it's kind of just hanging around 31 and 29, sometimes 27 now. But yeah, it is trying to stay out of Bitcoin season. Now, the bull market peak indicators, 0 from 30 still have been hit, guys. It's still 100% hold. Now, the Pi cycle top indicator is the best indicator, guys. And as if you see, when I zoom in here, guys, you can see that this is basically curving away from the green line. So we're basically just prolonging the cycle. Now, let's take a look at next week, guys. Here we do have some S&P manufacturing composite PMI, services PMI on Monday. We do have a couple of speakers on Monday, so that can be kind of a little bit important. Now Tuesday we do have these HPI numbers. We do have let's see, 1, 2. Looks like Williams is speaking twice on Tuesday. Now we do have consumer confidence as well. So that day can be a little bit important. Wednesday, core durable goods. So that is actually probably the most important thing for Wednesday. We do have a speaker from FOMC on Wednesday as well. Now Thursday, we got continuing jobless claims. We got core PCE prices. We got GDP, initial jobless claims. So this is kind of a big day, guys. And on Friday, you got core PCE price index. We got personal spending. We got Michigan numbers. So again, next week will be kind of an important week, guys. So let's move on here. Basically, it looks like still about, well, let's just say 86% believe that we're not getting a cut in May. Now 14% are, leaving their hopes and prayers open that we get a cut. And we'll see, guys. If we get good numbers here with CPI, PPI, PCE, Michigan numbers and things, core durable goods, consumer confidence, all of these guys, they play a role if the Fed's going to cut. So we'll see. It's still very far in advance. It's more than 40 days still, so I don't think we need to really worry about this too much right now. Now, the crypto bubbles, guys, today looks good. A lot of things are in the green. A few things are in the red, but, overall, for the week, we're still down and for the month we're still way down, guys. So it doesn't take a lot to make a day look nice. Now, if you want to stake your Bitcoin, guys, or any other coin, go to Coinondo and, for example, type in BTC or whatever, and you will see the days that you have to stake or lock it up. Be aware of the limits, guys. You don't want to get locked into any positions either that you can't get out of. You know, if you have to stake, what, if we go down here, I think there's some staking, yeah, 360 days or so, 180 days. You just can't see that far down the road, guys. So it's not financial advice. Do what you want. Maybe you want to lock up your coins for 10 years. That's up to you. But anyways, guys, that's pretty much all I got for you tonight. You know, if you like this video, like, subscribe, activate the bell, and I'll see you guys in the next one.